Hello everyone, this is Catharine's Creatures, and this is episode 123, and this is a series where we get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological creatures, beast beings, and the like, pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I apologize in advance. I try my best, but I know I make mistakes. Now, today I wanted to go over and talk about a creature that's kind of similar to some I've mentioned in the past, and this is the Jengu, which is the singular term for it, and when referred to as multiple, it's the Meingu. And this is a sort of water spirit that is from the traditional belief systems of the Sawabantu groups of Cameroon. Hopefully I got that correct. But it's essentially a bunch of different kind of populations that all believe more or less the same idea of the Jengu. Again, a water-like spirit, and I'll get a little bit more into that. There are alternate versions of it, one being the Lingu by the Bakweri people, and there are, again, parallels and similarities with this particular entity and some of the Simbi water spirits from the Simbi, a water spirit found in the belief systems of the Congo people and Hoodoo. And there's also links between the Jengu and Mami Wati, another kind of water spirit entity that comes from the African cultures. Now, going back to the Jengu. So Jengu is essentially, think of a mermaid or mermaid-like creature. And they live in various rivers, in the sea. They're thought of as bringers of good luck and good fortune to those who worship them. And so they have kind of a cult following based on people who, again, do worship them, to offer sacrifices to the Jengu in the hopes that they will receive that good fortune, that good luck, good tidings coming in the future. The Jengu are also said to be able to cure disease, and they seem to act at times as intermediaries between the humans who worship them and the spirit realm and the world of the spirits, essentially. So they're very interesting. They're a little different than what we think of more the European style mermaids, but these are do-gooders, and again, water-based, kind of part human, part fish-like entities from the various cultures of Africa in the Cameroon region. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is there is a link between the people who worship Jengu and a kind of the rite of passage into womanhood. So there's a link between this kind of entity and that big stage or step in a young woman's life. But yeah, descriptions for the Jengu vary depending on the culture, but most people, again, kind of believe the fact that they are this kind of mermaid-looking entity with long hair, and it's described to have beautiful gap teeth. And so it's that kind of look is found very attractive for the people who worship the Jengu. There is a link to fate when it comes to the Jengu, and again, that ties back into the fact that they can bring good fortune for those who venerate them and, again, worship them. And there's a whole slew of religious practices and beliefs that can be anything from various sacrifices to festivals to rituals, all again trying to create this kind of good link between humanity and the Jengu spirits in the hopes of receiving some kind of good tidings down the road. Now, I won't go into too much of that because I couldn't really find a lot of sources that give definitions or specific explanations of some of those practices. And partly that's because some of them are originating around secret societies and people who want to keep their religious and spiritual practices close at heart, and to those who believe in the Jengu and entities like that. So if you have any questions about Jengu or anything else, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments or any of my social media, and I will do my best to try to answer them. And until next time, everyone, Skål.